Good day. Hope you're well. Welcome back. Today we've got War 7 against Maximum Carnage. And you're definitely going to see some carnage, as you saw from that intro. Let us start off with the Void versus Bishop on Path 7. This is the introduction to Rank 4 Void. You can see from that green border before we hopped in. Got the combat regen going to minimize potions. And this should be a straightforward fight. Our process in this fight is basically just to get hit as little as possible and keep popping specials. Every time we throw a special, he's going to get a heal block and an armor break on him. You can see I can't text the SP1 to save my life, but it's okay. Doesn't hit that hard, and we're just cruising along. This time we're going to get up to that SP2, keep popping the SP1s, keep the damage flowing. Tick, tick, tick. As is apt these days, working on baiting the special for a while. And he just won't throw it. He's just refusing. But it's okay. Like you saw in the intro, I can dance. Finally, he's gonna toss it. Unfortunately, I take the last hit, but Void's Incinerate immune, so it's okay. And we're just gonna continue to tick him down and call it good. Moving on to Dragon Man. We've done this fight 5-10 times. Really just gonna get a potion up, not go all the way because we got that combat regen on. We're gonna try to get the ineptitude on from Dragon Man's SP1 in the block. Use that willpower to regen. Just tick this man down. This is as straightforward as they come. So rank 1 Dragon Man. And away we go. Rank 4 Void doing his thing. You know, Void's one of those champs that even though the 7-star's out, I still think there's a lot of investment that can and should be done into a 6-star Void, especially now that 6 stones are so much more available. You know, you're just not going to have a SIG 40, 60, 80 Void if you're a normal human for what, 18 months, 24 months, if not longer than that. Is Void really one of the first champs that you're going to give 6 stones? Nah, I'm going to take this guy to R5. Probably Scorpion next in the science class, but Void's the man. And, you know, I haven't had a 6-star to invest in for a long time. Now that I've gotten him awakened, I need him for war. It's as good a time as any. Void, worthy Ascension candidate. Respect to those who've done it already. And you see it here. Full yellow bar finish. Let's go. Making our way up to section 2. We got a Wiccan on the knockdown node. Again, Void. Perfect counter for this fight. Double checking our boosts. Double checking the nodes. But we can even get away with a parry in here, so it's really just making sure we don't push him to the SP2, keep the knockdowns going, make sure nothing funny goes on with the SP1, keep our distance, work him down. You know, Wiccan's one of those defenders that when he gets countered, he gets countered hard. He's not hard to fight, but man, can he get you. And he's gotten me a lot. I've definitely banned him more than my share of times in BGs, primarily because he's really good against Cosmics, and I try to run a lot of Cosmics in BGs, but man, Wiccan is something else. I wouldn't mind a Awakened 6-star. That'd be nice. You see here, we're just gonna keep throwing our SP1s, keep that protection down, chip him down, try to bait one more special, call it good. Oh, we're not even gonna make it because he's gone. Full yellow bar finish. And now Kingpin, the return of APOC and Cable. We're gonna take Kingpin, Mantis, and Zemo with APOC. Kick it off with this Kingpin. You know, you can do this fight with so many champs. Kingpin's gonna get a lot of power, but as long as you bait SP1s, you're good. APOC makes it easy squeezy. So speaking of underrated potential Ascension candidates, I think Ascended APOC might be a path one day. I think that might solve the BG's issue. He'll be fast enough for BG's. The fact that speed has been sacrificed for health and his tankiness. APOC may be a low-key Ascension candidate from the mutant class, a class that outside of AA and Kitty doesn't really have many Ascension candidates. Omega Red, if he's your thing. But yeah, APOC's the man. This fight's gonna take a while. We're gonna do some chipping, working our way up to that SP2 because we want to use power back boost this time. I have noticed in my previous war videos, one of the perks of making these, that I have not been playing the boost properly. I should be throwing more SP2s, but you know, you gotta do what the situation calls for. At the same time, no point in using a bunch of loyalty and boosts if I'm not gonna optimize them, so we do what we do. Get a debuff refresh in. Again, Kingpin, you know, gains a bunch of power, but it just makes it slow. It doesn't make it dangerous. No idea why I took that on the block. Should be baiting one more special. Use this SP1. End this fight. Let's go. It's been a nice stretch. Been doing well. But I have a feeling, there's something in my gut that may come to a screeching halt shortly. I don't know what could possibly make me feel that way. So we got Mantis here on Power Snack. Prowess unblockable again. Doesn't inherently benefit her because she's not gaining prowess. So we just gotta make sure that things don't go out of whack. Like that shallow non-dex dex that she then countered immediately. Huh. Not a great start. I also throw my SP2 with the power sting up, but you know, it's APOC. We're gonna be all right. Go ahead and toss the SP1. Get the tranquilize off of us. We got our debuffs up. Again, she messes with ability accuracy, so she gets kind of annoying, but you can see we've thrown 2 specials and she's 2/3 gone. There. Whew. I expected to get a stun. I don't know why. I just tossed the heavy. Thankfully, she doesn't punish and I don't get completely stand your grounded. There, we got a nice little save. APOC being stun immune while he's attacking. And we're good to go. Mantis down. It was a little messy, but it's a pretty safe fight. Speaking of messy, the time has come. You saw it in the intro. Man, I was dancing. The dancing had to go on. We've got Zemo here on the Power Focus 2 node, the Rooted node. It's a good placement. You know, Zemo's a pain anyway. I am not great and not comfortable with dexing Zemo Special 2. I did some duels, obviously putting my due diligence in to try to be successful in this fight. But it's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well at all. Start off, get a nice intercept, and the goal still, even though it's power focus, is to bait SP1s. Starts off nice, he's throwing, but man, I just can't get that SP2 dex down consistently. So I unfortunately, in this fight, I'm going to cause myself pain by not being more willing to just push him to his SP2. Now, he got a bleed on me. So I'm now bleed immune, which means if he tries to put a bleed on me, he's gonna get a big fat fury, and that sucks. One more note for those using APOC against Zemo in the future. But again, I should be trying to avoid being rooted. I'm dancing, I take my 3 hits there. I'm dancing, trying to avoid him rooting me. I throw my SP1 into nothing. That was all me panicking, but I need to chill out and just do what needs to be done. So I dance, I push him out, I go to the SP2, I dex, I take some hits, I dex, I get my intercept, and I'm going, okay, whew, I gotta get to my SP2. I have to get to my SP2. Try to get the SP1 out of him, keep tapping him. He's just not gonna throw it. Not gonna give me what I need. I root myself. No, I decided to throw the SP1. Mistake. I should have gone to the SP2. I should have just taken the root, taken the blocked hits, because now I'm rooted anyway. And he's hitting and I'm dancing, and he's hitting and I'm dancing, and I'm dancing, and he's throwing, and then rip, fellas. Rip, ladies and gentlemen. The first death of season 44 happens at the hands of Baron Zemo, Power Focus 2. Man, I can't express my disappointment when this happened. I think all of the neighborhood probably heard it because my window was open while I was fighting these fights, and I was frustrated. I knew I costed myself. I knew I was kind of between a rock and a hard place, you know, going to the SP2, trying to get SP1s, trying to get rooted. But, you know I'm gonna go back in, get it finished. The first fight was bad. He's about half down, so I can close this out. But even this one's gonna get sketchy, man. I'm going to be putting in some Zemo practice, that's for sure. So again, starts off okay. He's throwing SP1s, you know, he's cooperating. That was that stupid input issue we've been having. Obviously, I didn't want to dash back without pushing him across a bar of power. But when I'm trying to attack, I am just dashing backwards mid-combo, and it's crazy, man. It has cost me already in BGs, and it almost cost me there. Thank the Lord it didn't. You can see I take that SP2 into the indestructible. A lot of pain. I'm panicking hard. But I throw my SP2. It does decent damage. I get some crits. And I throw the SP1. And the last hit gets me out of this fight. And thank God in heaven above, it was a one death Zemo fight, man. So much pain. Last fight, we got Void against a conflictor absorbing man. This is a straightforward fight with Void. We just got to make sure we get good debuffs up. We don't need to play around his forms too much because Void's debuffs do direct damage. So absorbing man's resistances do nothing with either of those. We're incinerate immune, so we don't need to worry about him refining his special 2 form. And so yeah, we're just gonna chip along at this abs man. You can imagine I was a little tilted at this moment after that Zemo fight. I was trying to help my boy get to the boss with his one set of boosts, but you know, I'm gonna settle it down and just do what needs to be done. Abs man is not a tactic defender, so I'm not gonna get my withers. It's gonna mess with my conflictor a bit, but it's not a big deal. Back to that input issue though, I am far from the only person that's been having this issue since this update. I don't know what's up, but we need to do something about it because it's just not... I mean, I get the, hey, I accidentally tapped my striker, I'm tapping things aren't working, my heavy inputs are getting dropped, right? I can't tell you how many times in the last 2-3 weeks I've tried to heavy counter a special and my champ has just stood there. And it's specifically the last couple weeks. But this, I'm in a mid combo making hits and then just dash back. Dude, it's brutal, man. It's absolutely gonna cost people deaths in war. And I'm just glad that I record this stuff now because back in the day, I'd have just told my officers, oh yeah, man, this thing happened. You know, I come from the days long ago when MODOK was a new champ, and even then, you know, I remember on that unblockable SP1 war boss, you tap it, it's C parry, and no parry. and you just go, man, like, what am I playing here? That was 3-4 years ago. You know, that's never been corrected. But now we're dashing back mid combo. Just can't be done. You see there, we wrap up the fight with Void. It's smooth sailing. But man, maximum carnage puts carnage on us, and we take another L. I believe this was the 3rd loss in a row. It's been rough, but you know, we're staying focused, we're staying positive, just trying to do what we need to do to win, because if you do the right things, regardless of the outcome, eventually the score will take care of itself. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a great day, and until next time, peace.